This is Heather Matt for Get Your Rock Out, and we're here with the guys from Queensryche. Hello.
Hi.
So how are you guys today?
Yeah, we're good, thanks.
Good.
You know, we've been over here for about just a little shy of a week, I think. Played some great shows so far, and you know, we're just making our way across more of the UK and then heading over to the European territories.
Yeah.
So it's going good.
Fantastic. You've got you've been touring around. You've got your album. It's been out a little bit. Yeah, it's been out since June time now.
That's right.
How have you found the reception to that so far?
It's going great. I mean, you know, certainly in the United States. Excuse me. In the United States, we charted number 23 on Billboard.
Yeah.
And so we're very proud of that. All of the critics' reviews have been 8.5, 9.
It's been good
9 out of
reception
10.
critically, yeah.
And then you know, even South America and in Europe, you know, all of the reviews have been really supportive, and things seem very promising in their eyes for the direction that we're headed. So we're very happy.
Yeah, because this album's taken a slightly different turn from where you were beforehand, with obviously the changes and the new things going in place.
Well, what it's done is it's actually proved that we really wanted to be doing this for a while, and that we just feel like we're back doing what, you know, is best for Queensryche. And you know, listen, it's been a struggle for for many years, to be honest, musically, and it was time for us to move on. And that's kind of where, you know, Todd came into the fold back in the early spring of 2012, and we, you know, decided to carry on as Queensryche. And then, you know, when we jumped into making the new record, it was kind of a great defining point for us, because we had a great time, we got a great chemistry together, and we, like I said, we just feel like, you know, we were finally able to do the music that we've been wanting to do for a while, and then move on. You know, the reviews of the record, like Todd said, have been just overwhelming. And, you know, I mean, it's hard to kind of, you know, it's hard to say no when everything's going so well.
And when it's good,
you just kind of keep running with it and have a good time, and that's kind of what we're doing.
Has it been tricky dealing with, obviously, the situation of the splitting and the two names and the two bands going forward at the moment, using the same name, unfortunately, until it's, you know, resolved, you know, hopefully next January, but it's given you guys a bit more freedom musically.
You know, I think the great thing for us is our focus has always just been moving on and focusing on what we're best at, which is making music, playing concerts, having a good time, entertaining our fans. And, you know, I think that's really been the strength of what's got us through, you know, the last year of having to deal with kind of the situation that's going on. We feel confident that we're doing the right thing, and I think the fans are kind of giving us that support, you know.
Definitely,
overwhelmingly around the world, we're getting the support we need to keep doing it.
Also, you know, everyone has their own thoughts on the matter, and but at the end of the day, you know, we're booking appropriate venues during this rebuilding process, you know, and we're doing things very smart and strategically, and most importantly, you know, the band is really listening to their fan base, and so that has been very self-evident with the album sales. You know, I mean, our album sales so far, just in 3 months worldwide, are, you know, just over 50,000. And so, you know, considering today's, you know,
market and
the market and how that
the
works,
industry in general,
that's still a pretty respectable number.
Definitely.
And
certainly compared to with our last few records, that, you know, when the massive part of the struggle was going on. I mean, this one has stepped up, and it's way above the game compared to those. And
it's a testament. It's honestly, it's a testament that these guys are, you know, the musicians in the band that write the songs that we all love, and so, you know, that dynamic has been rekindled and rejuvenated, and they've embraced me exceptionally well, and so have the fans. You know, majoritively speaking, I think so. The numbers don't lie. I don't make up the numbers.
Definitely.
But you know, I always feel like there's always room I can improve as a songwriter, as a singer, as a musician, and to be able to work with these guys, you know, daily. is really awesome. It's a lot of fun, and I can speak for them because they're excited to do it now, where before it was a job. It was going through the motions, and the creativity obviously was hindered and limited. Now there are no limitations, and so that's what it's all about, is about the creativity of the music. And because we're all on the same page, it just makes for a very fun environment, and that's reflected on stage, and the fans see that, and so it's a win-win situation.
I mean, people got to remember the band's been going for, nearly over 30 years now. What do you think the secret to the success and, longevity of going for that long so far?
Jeez.
Go on.
It's a long,
it is a very long-winded question.
I suppose...
why are you still going?
Well,
there are a lot of bands that are coming into the scene at the moment that are maybe, leaving quite quickly. Got to try access their sound tracking downstairs.
It's all good. One of the defining things I think that got us going in the first place was our chemistry together.
Yeah, definitely.
Our friendship was real strong, which it still fortunately is as well. Yeah. Back in the early days, chemistry. We had a great chemistry. We had, common interest in what we wanted to do together, and we did it. And I think we were able to challenge ourselves musically through the journey of our career, and I think our fans appreciated that. And so, you kind of fast forward through the years, and I think now, though, is, once again, a great redefining point for us to get back to what that creative energy was together. Yeah. And I think that's why this record, for a lot of our fans, feels like it belongs in that era of some of that history that we've done, and I think we kind of feel that way as well.
I'd like to add to Scotty's point, I'll be the last person to ever deny the magic that Queensryche created and captured forever on record. They have one of the most highly respected, iconic vocalists for that span of time. But like a lot of things, people change.
Definitely.
And interests change. And so, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. No. So, obviously we all wish him really well, and we wish us well, and we want everyone to just really be happy and enjoy the music. And I just wanted to say that, because I've been compared to Jeff, and the vocals, they are big shoes to fill, and kudos to him for doing such an amazing job throughout his career. Yeah. But, it's a new time for the band, and we're able to go back to those progressive elements, a little more hard rock / metal, but not being boxed in, and so kind of steering the Queensryche ship. We all are back to what
back to port.
Back to port,
because we've been drifting out of the ocean.
Back to what people really, when they think of Queensryche, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions, and the band's opinion, those first 5 or 6 albums really embodied all of what Queensryche's songwriting and diversity was, but it still maintained its structure. But you could go off in these different ways, but it still had those elements that maintained the integrity of what the band was known for. And then that drifted for a while. And now I think this first record was a great stepping stone to introduce me into the band, for these guys to unleash all of their creative ideas. And we're working on the next record right now. We're writing, we have ideas and some things happening, so it's all good.
No, definitely, and obviously it means you get to put your own spin on things, and everybody's different. And you obviously finding doing things differently and trying to come together while you're on stage.
And that's why it's so much fun.
Yeah, and the fact that you're enjoying it, that's obviously, if you're enjoying it, we're going to enjoy it from while we're watching.
Certainly a huge factor.
Enjoyment.
And listen, the audience feeds off that.
I mean, if you're happy,
during all the live shows that we've been doing, they sense that energy, and they walk away feeling like, we're back to doing what we feel is important for us and what excites us, which just makes them that more excited as well.
When people say, "I have my band back," that's a big statement.
Yeah,
it is.
And so we're very thankful for them, and we always try to acknowledge that, you know, during our performance or afterwards. We always want to let them know that from our heart, we really aren't thankful that they take their time and their money to come check a show out or buy a new t-shirt or new merch that we have and show support for the band, you know. It's very important that it's all right. Yeah, it's very loud. It's very important to us that they understand that they are appreciated.
Yeah. So what's the best thing about touring worldwide? Because obviously you're all over, you've got places all over UK, Europe, and Latin America as well. What's the best thing about being able to go tour?
I'll give a short answer, then Scotty can answer. For me, I have friends all over, many parts of Europe, Scandinavia, all over. So it's really cool to see those people again and kind of reconnect. It's great to see, be a part of different culture and cuisine, and the architecture. It's just a nice getaway. It's kind of like a guys, it's all the guys hanging together and bonding, and we just become better friends, which just makes for a healthier work situation when we go back home. So there are a lot of great things that are about it.
Certainly. I mean, there's all of that, and then you just add in the fact that, we get people that want to come see us. I mean, that's fun to play for the audience that wants to hear the music that we're doing and is excited about the new record. So, we have multiple reasons that doing it all is just kind of part of what we do, and we've been doing it for a long time, and now we can have Todd along, and it opens up more opportunities for us. And like I said, once again, the fans are embracing us, and if they didn't allow us to do it, then we wouldn't even be here doing it anyway. So, it's all good. We get along, we have a great time together. The tour bus we have is kind of like a submarine. We're like in a submarine constantly. We're like submarine captains, And
Is there anything that you have on your tour bus? Is there anything that you have on your tour bus that reminds you of home, or something that you keep with you that gives you that little bit piece of home?
It's interesting. I suppose just us internally is the little piece of home. Because everything changes rapidly around you. But first two words. If we check into a hotel or we get on the bus, what's the internet code? Yeah, what's the internet code, right? Yeah, totally.
And then we feel connected.
Certainly. I mean, it's funny, when you look back on time, we didn't have that stuff back then. 10 years ago, we didn't have internet on tour buses and, anything. It's really rapidly changed how we can stay connected and be and enjoy it still. Because listen, after 30 some odd years of me doing this, it would be harder for me because I got kids and family at home and everything, but I can stay in tune to them now 24/7. And it really does kind of open up and make things a little bit more easy going for them and for us. And we're all kind of in the same boat with that. We all have families and wives and everything else that is part of your personal life. But other than that, we just, when we walk into a new bus or we start a new tour or when we're a new part of the world, we just focus on our clan. We got the guys in the band, and we got 3 or 4 guys in our crew that are solid, and they've been with us forever. And together we just journey around the world. And, there's a certain force behind that. And so we stay tight because, you just kind of have to,
Yeah, definitely. Well, last question before we go. If, obviously you want everyone to go in, who hasn't already, go get your album and make sure they get a listen. But if there's one track on there that you like that a little bit more than others, what would your track be?
I hate this question.
I can't do one. My favorites: Spore, Open Road, A World Without. Those are my top picks right now.
It's funny.
Tomorrow, it might be different.
It's certainly it's a tough question. It changes.
Yeah.
And you get the defined, obvious answer, which is I just like everything. It's a body of work from front to back. But I'm kind of like with Todd. I kind of like the songs he mentioned. Open Road and World Without are fun to me. They kind of have a certain thing, and it's kind of deep. The process of how we made them and what they did and what we were able to do with them, stuff like that. So.
Well, we wish you luck on the rest of the tour, and obviously tonight here in Manchester at the Ritz. We look forward to seeing you on stage later.
Thank you.
And wish you luck with the rest of the
Thanks.
album.
Don't you just go figure that the second we're done, the dang
sound
music stops. It's like on cue. I mean, that's so unjust, isn't it? It's all good.
Thank you very much.
It's all good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.